Well, hello, 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 and welcome. You already know we call this night school here. And we are so excited that we get the chance to talk about launch, leverage, and lead, which is happening this weekend. But today, you all, we're going to focus in on what we really want to talk about tonight. And that is going from the level of being stuck to becoming unstoppable. And so tonight, I have my fellow collaborators with me, Jerry Berry, as well as McKenna Garganu. And we get the chance, you all, to seriously talk about the things that many of us go through, especially when you're starting out in business and not having a direction, not knowing where to go next. We're gonna break a few things down on tonight. Is that all right, ladies?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, we're all with it.
We are with it. We are with it on tonight. And so, as you all come in, we look forward to you chatting with us. Many of you all will see the replay a little bit later. It'll be up and available to you. And our goal is to make sure that you get some good nuggets in regards to everything that we discuss on tonight. So, ladies, I want to hear from you. What does it mean to literally be stuck, especially when you know that there's something that you want to do out in the marketplace, but you don't know what to do next, or even a direction? I want to hear from you all on this evening. What does that mean to you? And then share with me, as well as the rest of the audience, what does it mean to be unstoppable? Let's talk on tonight.
Yes. Yes. So who's gonna get started first?
It don't matter.
All right. Well, I guess I could get started first. I think for me, being stuck is when you feel like you don't know where to go.
Mm-hmm,
Like you kind of like swarming around in your head trying to figure out what's the next step.
mm-hmm,
Sometimes it could come in different waves. It could come from frustration, where you feel like something happened bad, where you don't have control of what's happening.
mm-hmm,
It could come out of anxiety. You're excited about something and you're like, I gotta do it, but you don't know what the steps look like to
mm-hmm.
go there, you know.
Yeah.
And sometimes it could be just being overwhelmed. There's many people I know I talked to, they were like, I just did a training this morning. I was like, and the person's like, McKenna, I'm just so overwhelmed. I'm learning this and learning that. I don't know what else to do. And
Mm-hmm.
so then you have to do like a plan with them, a strategy to make it all work. So to me,
Yeah.
that's what stuck me to me. But I know your next question was like, but how do you become unstoppable? And unstoppable to me means when you just go for it. You don't
Mm,
care how it looks. You don't know what's going to happen next. And literally you jumping off a cliff and you say, I know I'm going to land somewhere. That's what it looked like to me.
that's good. That's good. That's good. I like it. I like it. What do you say, Dree? What is your
Um,
definition of them?
when I'm stuck, I feel like a Bessie bug. I'm from the country, so y'all forgive me. And it feel like I'm just spinning around in circles, but
Mm-hmm.
not accomplishing anything. So what I have
Mhm.
to do is plot it out.
Mm-hmm.
Just like when you writing out a grocery list, I have to list the things that I need to get done and
Mm-hmm.
check them off as I go. And don't get lost in all the things that's going on, because the world can inundate you with so many things that you don't know
Mm-hmm.
whether you coming or going. It's like you're
Right.
doing
Mhm.
this
Yes.
back and forth,
Yes.
but
Yes.
you're not doing anything but running a hole in your carpet because you're going back and forth, back and forth.
Mhm.
So once I sit down, process what I'm supposed to be doing, put
Mm-hmm.
first thing first, second and third and fourth, prioritize things,
Right.
and then I can move forward. But if I don't prioritize things, I'm all over the place. I'm just
Right.
all over the
Right.
place. And then I'm frustrated. Then I find myself crying and all of this stuff that can't get me anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
So just
Mm-hmm.
prioritizing where I'm supposed to be keeps me from being stuck to unstoppable.
Right. Right. That's some good stuff because we have so many people, you all, that are looking to step out in business for themselves. There are some people are looking to pivot. Then you have some people that, maybe they're just getting out of school and they're trying to figure something out and they know they want to do something, but they need to take baby steps.
Yeah.
And yet
Mhm.
and still not understanding on, in order for me to pivot, in order for me to take these baby steps, is
Mhm.
there someone that I need to talk to? or where can I go to actually talk to someone that might be doing what it is that I'm doing? So what do you all say to people that, first of all, that may be looking to step out into business or step out into the marketplace? What type of advice would you all give to them? Because right now, we're in chaotic times. A lot of things are happening that people don't even realize that are happening. So what would you share or say to people that are looking to step out and begin to do something that they want to do? What can they do?
Mm-hmm.
Let's start with Dree.
They have to figure out their why. Figure
Okay.
out why they want what they think they want.
Mm-hmm.
And then there are mentors all around that can help them. But a lot of times people don't want to ask for help because they don't know what type of help to ask for.
Mm-hmm.
So once you figure out your why, then you can work on who can help you with that why. Because there's
Mm-hmm.
always someone out there, I think, that's willing to help you. And if not, you need to change the people that you roll with. Because
Right.
if a person is not willing to help you elevate, because elevating you is elevating them.
Mm-hmm.
If they're in your circle.
Mm-hmm.
Because with me, like I always tell Michaela, when I get to the top, I want somebody up there that I like.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want just somebody up there just because they make $1 million, I make $1 million. I want to be people that I can say, oh my God, girl, we made it to the top together. Like that, but not just anybody. Because everybody who makes $1 million, I don't want to roll with them.
Mm-hmm.
So there should be somebody, you don't just take anybody with you. But there
Mm-hmm.
should be somebody that you're on the same platform with, that y'all can jump in the water together and kind of help each other, make each other be accountable for where you're trying to go.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that's good. That's good. What do you say, McKenna? And then I want to
Yeah.
get back to the why that Dree mentioned as well. It's like, because people are trying to figure out, how do I understand what my why is? So put a pin in that, because we need to go back to that too. Yes.
Yeah, yeah. I love what Dree, how she started off with just the why, because the why is very instrumental in discovering like what you want to do with yourself, because you have to feel it. That's my thing. Like, you can't just do it just because it look like that's what everybody else is doing to become successful. It has to be something you feel within innately in you. And then when you attach yourself to that why, that becomes a thriving force that keeps you going, because you're going to have challenges along the way. And so you definitely want to have something that's going to remind you, okay, I got to get up because I have to do this for my family. I got to get up because if I don't get up, then somebody's not going to eat. Okay. I got to get up because this is like my ministry work. And I know that God ordained me to do this. So that whole self-talk that you do over and over again, because I know I do it. I don't know about everybody else, but sometimes you got self-talk. And sometimes I even have to start the day off, get my coffee going so I can get motivated to get up out
I
of
need
here.
my coffee right now. I need some coffee right now.
I know the time I don't think you start your day without a nice hot cup of coffee.
Gotta have some coffee. Gotta have my coffee.
Yeah.
That's
But I
real.
love what Drees went with that regarding the why. It's so important, and it's something you could journal about, because your why changes a lot. Situations with life.
Okay.
And
Okay.
just like with McKenna, when my son was young, my why was elevating my life to where my son had the lifestyle that I wanted him to have. Now my son is grown, like grown. So I had to come up with a new why. It had to make that why be about me, about what I deserve and what I want my grandchildren to see that their grandmother did. It's not about making sure that my son will eat peanut butter and jelly every day. It's about me doing what I need to do to make sure that I make a difference in this world that I live in. So your why does change.
Okay, your why does change. That's interesting. That's interesting, because I know too, a lot of times, and I always look back, and I know a lot of people try to figure out, I don't know what I'm to do, or I don't understand my purpose. And you have a lot of people that are trying to figure that thing out. And it is something that it is really, really real. I know for me, when I understood my why, it was during a pivotal moment. It was during a drastic, crazy moment in my life. And once I got to the place of really, I would say, at the bottom of the bottom, to the point where some people know my story, is the fact that I almost committed suicide. I still remember the day when I wanted to do it. But once I got to the point of being where I needed to be, trying to talk to someone, something snapped in my head. And that's the very moment when I understood what my why and my purpose was to be, or my mission in life. And so my mission was, at that time, was to give people hope.
Okay.
That was
Amen.
part of my why.
Okay.
And then I began to understand it would go different directions in what it was that I was supposed to do. But at the end of the day, my why really is to give people hope
Okay.
in the midst of everything else that I do. And so that is where many times I think people don't really go back and sit still and try to listen. You know, I am a believer. I love the Lord, you all. I'm sure you all do too. And so I think a lot of times we don't sit down or sit back long enough to really, really sit in a thing and get a good understanding of what am I supposed to do? Why am I supposed to do this? And who am I supposed to help in the process? Yeah. What do you all think about? What else do you all want to jump in regards to that as well? Because we're talking about going from that level of going from being stuck to becoming unstoppable as well in the process. Yeah.
Yes. Yes. I just like, I think when you sharing that, Latanya, to me, it tells me like your why was attached to us. That God encouraged you to stay with the planet, stay here, live and well, because it's attached you to us. You're part of our why.
To do with me.
Because
Right.
Because you're impacting lives, and we have united on that front of doing that. So that's very powerful what you said, because there are people I know who, you know, get in that place, you know, where it's just life is very difficult. I know for me, my why is because I've been in relationships, you know, where they kept me from being who I am. Then you know how some people like they love your creativity, but then they want to control it. And so because of that, I didn't want that no more. You know, that's why I didn't want to go back to corporate America. That's why I'm very picky about my relationships, you know, because the fact that I know what it feels like when somebody's trying to put their foot on your neck and keep you prosperous because you are thinking outside the box, and they're telling you, oh, that's not possible, or you can't do that. How are you going to make that happen? So you gotta, you know, and that would happen. That could cause depression. That could cause you not to know who you are. It was a time in my life where I literally was just so stuck, you know, where, I mean, you could see physically that I was drained, you know. So, and that was when I was transitioning from, you know, just from a bad relationship, you know, and then trying to figure out my purpose in life. And God blessed me to get a job being a social worker. And then I was like able to really understand my gift of helping others from working with at-risk youth, and saw that I was able to put a career plan with them based on me asking questions like, who are you? What do you want to do with your life? And I was able to, you know, build on like, man, okay, I can see why I love working with people, because I like helping them finding themselves. And then eventually it started attaching it to creating transformational events experiences that made me do things that make people feel good, you know, from comedy, wellness events for women, you know, doing gatherings where it creates happiness, because I know what it feels like not to be happy. So your why is attached to sometimes some cases of traumatic experiences that have happened where you say, I'm never going to experience this again. I don't ever want to be in this place again. You know, so yeah, it is your driving force, because
it's the driving force.
And then I feel with you, Latanya, when you say that the enemy made you feel like that you didn't want to be here anymore, because the enemy knows how valuable your presence on this earth is. So they was trying to squash you out, quench your energy. Because this is one less person that we don't have to deal with. Because if it wasn't for you, the List tour wouldn't be coming to San Diego. We wouldn't be 3 bad to the bone chicks on this line right now, encouraging people to make it happen.
Yes,
you know? Because people trust us. When they see us, they know they trust us individually, collectively. It's on. And it wants to squish that out. So I created a mission statement for myself. because I went to the point to where I didn't know what I was supposed to do, because I've been a mom my whole life. I've taken care of people my whole life. So San Diego Black Professional was one of the ones who helped me launch who I am. But I realized I've been doing this for corporate America since my baby was born. I've been doing this. But then when I branched out on my own, it's different when you're coming out of your own pocket. Well, you know, corporate America gave you a budget. But when you have to create a budget for yourself, it was different. So this is my mission statement: to bring Southern hospitality to Southern California through concierge services and social etiquette training, help people reconnect and thrive in a post-isolation world.
And there it is. And there it is. And you've been doing it for a long time, Dree. You've been doing it for a long time. And that's what it's all about. So at the end of the day, we begin to see, we go through the stuff, and it is not even about us. It's about other people.
Exactly.
And that's why we are here. And we're here to help people get from that state of feeling stuck. Because sometimes people feel as well that I'm stuck here and there's no one I can talk to. Because you all know, and I want you all to think about this and share, because sometimes you're stuck and you don't know if there's somebody that you can talk to, or people don't want to share information. And so therefore, the people that are trying to take baby steps or pivot in life or go to the next level, they feel that I cannot talk to anyone because no one is open enough, or not even open, but let's say the word honest enough to share what we've gone through. Because we want you all to know, I'm gonna look straight in this, right up into this mic. Everyone does not have it together.
They don't.
Everyone's climbing. Everyone's trying to get to their next level. Everyone has not made it, but we're striving to get to the top. And so we really want people to understand those things. We all have been stuck, but we were able to find the way out the door and find people who are willing to mentor us, to coach us, to share. I keep telling folks, I still have a coach, and I pay on a monthly basis. And my coach is a multimillionaire and does not play. All right. But we all need those individuals that are going to challenge us to the next level. You all jump in and share that part, because I think a lot of times we stay stuck because we feel that we can't talk to someone, or it can even be our own ego.
The combination.
I think mentorship is very important, Latanya, because I know anytime people mention mentor, I would think about my mentor, Dr. Anjar, who I call my spiritual mama, and she actually passed away. It's been almost 4 years now since she passed away. It's past the pandemic. And what she did for me, she came out of my life at a time where I was stuck and I didn't know what to do with myself. Like I was like to a point where it was causing me to have serious like health issues. It was chronic health issues. And one of the things she has said to me is that, about stress. She said, you got to do something about the stress. She said, because stress will kill you.
It will.
And so in that time, I went through I feel like a spiritual transformation where she had me get on this clean diet where I couldn't have no salt, no sugar, no red meat. I only could have like salmon, fish. And I did like different things every week to cleanse my body from the inside out. And she had me doing some really serious prayers that some of the prayers I still do today. And really understanding the power of the Psalms, because if you look in the book of Psalms, many things to learn about like things you go through, and you could repeat these Psalms to help you do those different transitions in life. And so once I got my spiritual fortitude back, then I started looking healthier and stronger, but it was an inside job. And that's from that time, everything that wasn't good for my life during that time, it shifted inside out. I think
this shift.
Yeah. It's like this happened like in the fall of 2004, and at the time I was still a social worker. And then by the following year, because of this shift that I did, I ended up dating the love of my life and getting married. I ended up having, my second child. I ended up birthing my first comedy show that year. Everything in my life. Yes. I met you to follow me, but I just like 2006 when I met you. Yeah. So everything starts shifting in my life based on making these changes from the inside out. So when you're stuck like that, where you go into a bad, dark place, you do need someone who could see that light still in you to help bring you out.
Yeah.
And bring you out, because it's like you're not, it's almost like you're dimming, it's like you a dimming star, and you got to get that light back going, and get the fire back going yourself. And so that's why I think it's so important for people to have someone in their life who can help you get out of that period where you can lose yourself. You can lose yourself, because and changing your circle is very serious too. In that, there was a lot of people that had to be removed out of my life too, that could no longer stay in that space because I started to outgrow them.
Oh, that happens. That's another topic of discussion.
Yeah.
What do you say, Dree?
Yeah. What I find is when you're a leader, it's hard to let your guard down or to know who you can let your guard down with. You can't let your guard down with everybody because people come into your camp to see if they can help break you down to where they can spread all of your business somewhere. Because you talk about the Psalms of David. David was somebody of God's own heart, but David did a lot of stuff. He had to create those Psalms to be able to stay where he's supposed to be with God, because he was doing stuff that just wasn't right. But God knew he was
off the chain.
Right, but God knew he was a good man. So good people do weird stuff, but doesn't mean that God is not with you. It doesn't mean that your mentor can't help mentor you to where you need to be to help cleanse all of that from you. So yeah, I'm so glad you had a mentor. And when I met McKenna in 2006, I was just learning what I was supposed to be doing. I had no clue. I just happened to happen up on San Diego Black Professionals, and it fit my personality, and it fit. But I didn't even know what my goals were at the time. It was just it was a bunch of Black people that I was so happy to have in my life. I was like, oh my God, Black people that they want to go do something. I was just elated.
Right.
And then so I had to figure out how to structure my life according to what God had blessed me with. It takes time to figure it all out. It's not a wake up one day and go like, whoo, the light came on and everything is working properly. It doesn't work like that. Some people it do. But with me, it takes me time to figure it out and to know that I'm worthy of the things that God is putting in my path.
Right. And that's good and that's the thing that we want people to understand, especially when they're trying to step out into business. Don't go for the okie doke, and also understand everything, as my father would say, everything shining is not gold.
That's right.
That's true.
It's a lot of steps, and it's a lot of things that people don't see, the pitfalls, the things that you deal with that when it comes to this life. And as we say that new term, you got to really be about this life.
Yes.
Because it is really, really no joke. And we have to be willing to surround ourselves with people that are also about this life, because otherwise you will not go forward. The statistics are that the majority of people who step out in business fail within the first, I think it was in the first 3 years. Is it 5 years? 5 years? I thought she might have went down to 3 nowadays because now you ain't got no money.
Right.
But businesses fail, and many times they fail because we go in not having people surrounding us that know what they know and who can help us through, or we run out of money. Now we do not, and then sometimes the opportunity may face us, but we don't know how to walk through the door.
Exactly.
Yes.
And so all of these things occur. And so even when we get together this weekend, which I am so excited about when it comes to the list tour, is that we finally get to come together once again, because it's been a minute since we've been together in a room together. Everything we've been doing, you guys, has been online. Or, for us coming together, we still go out and do trainings and all these other things. But I look so forward to being able to come into a room with people that are like-minded, who are going after something. It doesn't matter where you are, because there'll be some people in the room that are already up here and people are right down here.
Right.
But it's amazing, you all, that people can come together and work together and make things happen.
Yes.
In the midst of.
Yes. We could raise up the vibration of each other by doing that. And you
That's
have to
the
have
whole
a
goal.
barometer, and since because you have to have someone who knows more than you, and
Yes.
someone you know, and then now you can see the gap. And so then from there, you know how much more I need to work on. And it's not a bad thing. It's a
No.
growth. It's
It's
important
a
for you to
growth
grow.
thing. That's good.
Yes. Yeah, you got to grow. I mean, to me, it's like, I know Dree and I, we get on this inspirational morning vitamin call that we on there like at least like part 3 to 5 times a week. And that alone is all about learning, you know, air all the time. There's always something. I got notebooks of this ideas and quotes and information, because you could always be learning, and it's good for your brain too.
It
When you
is.
do that, you know, so that's another way how to unstuck yourself, is to keep learning and growing all the time.
Learning and keep growing. That's real talk. That's real talk. So, how excited are you guys about Saturday? How excited are you all?
Yes,
Because we
Extremely
are
excited.
unstoppable. We are
yes,
unstoppable.
yes, we are. I'm very
Yeah.
excited. I'm very excited. I know I've been talking to more people, you know, and just trying to figure out what people's needs are. And to me, this is an opportunity to talk to people, because one person told me today, she said, you know, I really need this. You know, I need to get training. I need to get information, because someone just start business without even having a mentor or
Right.
any other, you know, a circle of influence that can really help us. And so those times when you say we get stuck, you know, we end up staying there because we don't know who to trust to ask questions to. And I know I always tell people there's no silly questions. You know, it's all about, you know, like I said, learning. So because somebody may have an idea about something, and you just say, well, what have you thought about this? Have you thought about that? And you could break it down. Now you trying to uplift that person to get something done where they thought something was not possible. So I think it's important to have like those circles of people that you could depend on.
Yeah.
In the call at any time. So yeah, I'm excited that we're going to be able to change lives again, teaching them
That's the
that, you know,
goal.
business is our ministry work. It's like, hopefully it's something that is purposeful in your life, where of course, you know, the prosperity comes with it. I said the byproduct is money, but the journey is growth and transformation.
Yes.
That's good. That's
I
good.
love it.
Yeah.
I love it. The byproduct is money. But the growth and transformation. I love it. I love it.
That's
Write
it.
that down.
Write that down. Put that on a sticky note right here. You know, you see,
Like somebody said one time, the first time I said, I'm gonna give you credit. The next time it's just gonna be said.
Yeah,
quote unquote. McCain Garganu. Right.
Right.
So I know one of our featured speakers, or our featured speaker, you all on Saturday, is Genevieve Jones Wright. You all share in regards to your experience with her, because we are excited that she is in the room on Saturday. You all talk about Genevieve a little bit to our listeners. They may not be here right now, but they will see the replay of this. You all let the people know what is going to go down this weekend and who is going to be in the room.
Yes. I think Genevieve is definitely that we was put on Facebook today, that she's a force to be reckoned with. I mean, my experience has been watching her work with the young people. She was doing mentorship at my goddaughter's school. So they had like an organization there, and she was one of the people who would help them with, you know, learning more about the legal system and, you know, civil rights and every different things. That's what my first introduction was to her. And then of course, you know, from, you know, doing being at different events and association with one of our like I said, community activists that became politician with, you know, with I'm thinking doing Monica Montgomery Step, you know. They just go on different events, because I had literally met her when she was running for office before councilwoman, and I was promoting one of my comedy shows for Kim Coles, and then it was a book tour, and then I saw her at Starbucks, and she was campaigning, and I said, wait a minute, I said, you want to come to my event? You come. And so that's how I met her, and then support her from that point on. And then from there, just kept on seeing Genevieve around, and then I got the chance to get in some conversation with her, and I'm like, this lady is a real deal. I mean, she's really passionate about what she's doing, and it's just she really cares about people, and she believes in having our, you know, our human rights protected. You know, she speaks with conviction when she talks. You know, she makes you want to get up and do something and change something. Yeah, and then I saw this the great impact she had made. That's in her friend's life, whereas supporting the people she cares about. She's always right there, right there, right there. She's a cheerleader. So as she's even growing, she makes sure the people around her is growing. So I think that's why I saw that was the sisterhood that she have created with a number of women I've seen her be around. That she really about that. Aligning yourself with different people to grow to the top. So that's why I thought she would be a good fit for us, because that's what we do, with the list tour. We bring good people together to do good business, and also understand the purpose we have in our community that our business is serving.
Right. That's real. That's real. You want to jump in, Dree?
Yeah, because I've met Genevieve a few times, and she's always very down to earth. No matter what she's doing, she's about it. She always has a message, and she presents it in a way that's understandable, but she's always approachable. Because you find some people, when they get to the level that she has been, I mean, she ran for mayor of San Diego. That's like major. But she still acts like an around the way girl. You still walk up to her and talk to her, and she talks to you like, she don't look at you like, and who are you? She's never that way. She's always open. And then, that way, I love her about that, but she's about her business.
Yeah.
Don't ever get it twisted. She's about her
Don't
business.
get it twisted. Don't get it twisted, you all.
She's all about it. She's about connecting people in San Diego, connecting Black people, connecting people that are not treated the way they need to be treated.
Right.
She's that person. So I can't wait to hear her speak on Saturday about what she's doing, where she's taking San Diego, and where she's going. Because she's always going somewhere.
Right. Always going somewhere.
We want to go with her or not. So I love her for that.
That's it. And that's one good thing about it, is that the humility and the being humble and all those things, because sometimes people, especially when they come to an event or workshop or business event, they don't know if someone is approachable or not, especially when they have accolades and things that are going on. But people will see you can approach people. We literally have set the room up to be so intimate to where it's okay to talk to anyone in the room, where you can get your questions answered, all these great things that will be occurring on that day. And those are the things that I love in regards to what it is that we bring to the table and what we are doing in regards to the list tour. And so we are so excited in regards to that. We are so excited about the lives that will be changed, that will enter into the room. We are so excited about the things that will occur in their lives from that moment forward, because that's what life is all about. It is about learning, and it is about stepping into your own and then elevating and then bringing other people along the way with you. But we have to know what it is that our why, as you mentioned before, we have to know why we are doing what we're doing. We have to be able to get unstuck and get to the place of being unstoppable, and knowing that we're on different levels. We are on different levels, and it is okay to elevate and keep elevating and keep, you know what? I'm getting excited up in here.
Because what you said, LaTanya, you said what we're going to do is launch your dreams, leverage your strengths, and lead with impact. That's what we're doing on Saturday.
That is what we're doing. And we are coming together, and we are going to make it happen. And everybody that will be in that room will be impacted by the atmosphere. We're setting this entire atmosphere in regards for people to grow, in regards for them to learn, as we said in the theme, to launch, to leverage, and to lead. That's what this is all about.
Yeah,
that's
because whether you're building, scaling, or revamping your vision, the force will be, the light will be in the room to allow you to do that.
That's
all you have to do is step in, attach yourself, and elevate accordingly,
and be okay. And there are no little eyes that will be in the room. And even for many of you all, I know there are many people that are coming, that are traveling in. It is okay. You know what? This is a space that is going to be full of friendships that will be developed. We are talking about building community. And so don't think when you get there, even if you're coming in by yourself, that, oh, I'm going to be alone. I don't know anyone. No, 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 no. That's not going to be how this room is going to be, because it is going to also be very interactive.
Yes.
And we'll get a chance to meet one another. And so even on tonight, as we end this this conversation, you all, any last words that you all want to share before we end on tonight? We may come back again this week, you all, and have a conversation. But what are your final words for tonight? Even as we're talking about going from that state of being stuck to becoming unstoppable. Anything that you want to say to encourage people or to inspire people on this evening?
I think the one thing I want to tell people is it's so important for us to unite right now. You know, a lot of times we don't make time for things that could absolutely be the answer to our prayers or the things that we said that we want. And really pay attention to your schedule. And like, are you really focused on your purpose, or are you just busy to be busy? Because I sit back and I'm an observer. I watch people. You know, I think I'm not a comedian, but that's why I know what comedians do. They actually watch people and then they come up with their skits and what they're gonna say and the pictures and everything. And I'm thinking about I watch people and I come up with lessons of things that I don't want to happen in my life or occur in my life. You know, I watch somebody how they do business. I'm like, that's not how I'm gonna do that. And I watch people I like the way they do business. I said, okay, I gotta do something about that. Then I, tailor it based on what my needs are. So I think it's important for us to really think about making sure everywhere you go and be at, it's going to align you with the very thing you say is your purpose. Yeah. And I believe this is what the list tour is for me. It's part of my purpose work. It's part of my ministry work. And so that's why when I take on any event project, I make sure it's in alignment of my purpose, because I don't want to be something that wasted my time. Right. So if you in this place and you get in this room, believe me, it's going to be part of your ministry work, because you're going to be able to be connected with people who are about that life. Yes, and they're going to make sure you're constantly steady on that consistently, not here and there, because you know how we talk the time we about the business, and you're not going to let me fall back. And I ain't going to let you fall back and say with Drees, same conversations we have. It's like we stay consistent with making sure, did you do your work? Are you on purpose? Did you do that event you say you're going to do? Did you answer the call that you know that God has for you? Then you have this, then we need to retract and figure this thing out, right? And so that's why I feel like the list tour is going to be for people, helping you be more accountable to your dreams.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. Final words, Dree.
So why should you be in the room? To make sure that you elevate yourself, your business, and the community that we live in. Because if you do those three things, nothing can stop you. So come join us on Saturday, May 3rd, from 9 to 3, and we're gonna make it happen. I promise you. Once you get in that room, when you leave, you're gonna be so excited to step out into the street and just scream, as far as not in a voice, but in your actions, to show people what you learned and how you can elevate your current existence to something that where you want to be.
That's it. That's it. I love it. So, and that is it. We are literally, you all, whether you recognize it or not. I know we look good on this screen right here, but we have literally been in the state of where many people are dealing with right now, being in a state, and either physically, mentally, in a state of trying to figure out, what am I supposed to do in regards to my life? What am I supposed to do in regards to my business? And so our whole goal, even on this weekend, you all, even as we leave our conversation on tonight, we're not leaving. We're just going to leave this conversation on tonight and keep going and going and going and carry it into Saturday. But at the end of the day, we want you to know that we are here for you. We are here to help you elevate to your next level. We are here to help you go from that state of being stuck or feeling stuck to the level of becoming unstoppable. How do we get to the level of being unstoppable, you all? That means we're going through constant phases of learning. We're going through constant phases of elevating. We're going through constant phases of connecting to people that can mentor us and coach us to that next level. We are always investing in ourselves, because you all, I want you all to know, if you don't invest in yourself, no one else is going to invest in you. Let me say that one more time. Can I say that? If you do not invest in you, if you don't invest in you, who else? No one will invest in what it is that you have as well. And so we have to be willing to learn, and we have to be willing to grow, and we have to get ourselves in the state of doing, because it's not about us, you all. Even when you're in business, it's about what is it that I'm called to do to help other people elevate to their next level. And as McKenna said, the byproduct is the monetary gain. As Drew said, understanding your why. Why am I here? It's not about you. And so we are excited, you all, as you all can tell. We are excited about this weekend, and we look forward to you being a part. For more information in regards to this weekend, visit thelisttour.com to get more information, because the doors are about to shut. How many days are we away? This is Monday. We are 6 days away.
Yes. Yeah.
We are 6 days away in the beautiful city of San Diego, California. Bayside. We are right there on the water, you all. And what a great breath of fresh air we get the opportunity to experience. And it's all about atmosphere. And so thank you all once again for participating, for being a part. What it is that we have to do. Thank you so much for putting that in the chat, McKenna. Thank you all so much for being a part of who we are and what it is that we do. And we are looking forward to great and greater things, because even as the word says, it says, greater work shall you what? Do.
Yes.
And so greater work shall we do. And so thank you all so much for participating. And for many of y'all, we will see you on Saturday. Take care, you all.
All right. Thank you. Thank you so much. Peace and success.